you are doing a review, you find that the money for land acquisition is more than the money for the project itself. So this is where we need also to have a conversation. Do we need to continue doing that? And then we acquire 50 meters and we don't even utilize the whole 50 meters. Yes, it's good planning to have it for 20, 30 years ahead in future, that when the traffic volume increases, but can we afford it now? Because we are demanding for the roads. And if we are going to demand for the roads and we want them to be implemented, if we are going to implement them at that rate, we find most of the projects will not be implementable. Jinjambulamuti, for one, why did we have to make a review? Because the amount of money for compensation, the PSST said, I don't have this kind of money. If you want to do that road at that size, then it cannot be done within the next 5 years until the economy improves. But the demand on the ground is we want a road. So we had to find a way of balancing the equation. Do we maintain and insist on the 50 meters and we don't have the money, as we have been told by the PSST, or we optimize what is possible now, and then we use the money which fits within the budget. So that is the conversation, Honorable Cooper, about optimization. And it's a matter which I think, yes, the law is there, but I mean the Road Act, but also the Road Act allows the minister to define the sizes of the road according to the traffic and other studies which pertain at that time. I think that's what I can. Kabaliga International Airport. Honorable Chair, that airport, the phase which we are doing now, and I want this to be very clear, the first phase, according to the instructions we got, was to do it for cargo, receiving cargo planes. It was not for a totally international airport with a passenger terminal. And that's why we have done, when we talk of the 96%, we are saying at the phase 1 of the airport, as a cargo airport, it's ready. So we shall have, once this is done, then we request for phase 2 and we upgrade it to with a passenger terminal. But for phase 1, that's where we are saying it's 96% ready. And actually by April, we are ready to start receiving cargo planes, because we were instructed to do that that airport, to facilitate the bringing of equipment for the oil industry as first call. And that's what we have been able to deliver. The issue of 1 billion, honorable members, we have a report. Our team went out and did a study on how that 1 billion is being utilized and whether it has been very effective. I think we'll share that copy of the report with the committee. And then I had actually instructed the committee to send a copy to the Committee of Infrastructure and also Committee of Budget, so that we can all together understand what we have found in the field. Because you remember the debate we had about that 1 billion. Who is responsible? Where should it go through? Should it go through the normal road fund, or should it be sent directly? Because as it is now, it still goes directly to the districts, not through the road fund. Yeah, but we have a report. We did it because we wanted also to not to just look on, but as people, as a minister which is responsible for roads, we couldn't just look on.
That's Chair.
Yes.
I don't know whether it's within the document. It's just been a conduction. I don't know whether it's Minister of Finance or what, because I remember in the last budget day, the president, when we issued on the issue of 1 billion, because 1 billion, the president said that day it was to be over and above what the districts were receiving
as a road fund.
Yeah.
Yes.
But instead, whether finance or this, have kept just 1 billion. Forget about what the origin. But the president did state on that budget day that understanding of this 1 billion was over and above to what the districts were receiving. That's one. Then two, districts are not the same size. So you can't give Wakiso 1 billion, and you're also giving Akarenga 1 billion. How and you expect the same results? Yeah, there are some districts with the bigger, which are bigger compared to others. In terms of, you look at Serere districts now, which has even a population of over 400,000. You compare with Kalaki, from corner to corner is about 40 kilometers. Kalaki district, Shema municipality, they also get 1 billion, and compared to with the other districts. And even the terrain, you go to Mitoma, is different from the other side. So I think that should be, our Honorable Minister, should be taken care of. If the districts are bigger or the terrain, they should be getting more over and above 1 billion, other than just making it one size fits all.
I think, Honorable, the problem is not Minister of Works. The problem is the Minister of Finance that sat with the President and IRA advised. We took time, we invited the Maijaja, Honorable Kasaija. We discussed. It was open and clear. Logically, it defeats the reasoning. If you tell me that a district has 3 sub-counties, should get the same money with a district that has 30. You tell me that a municipality that has 2 divisions with the tarmac, a municipality that has 2 divisions with the tarmac roads, should get the same money with a district that has 30. So it's the problem. We looked at them, nobody could understand us. This is the same story that went to PDM.
PDM, yeah.
We have parishes that have 2 zones. A parish that has 2 zones. A town council with a ward, and there are parishes with the 15 zones. But it takes us ages as if we didn't go to school to understand that also. So we just said, since the technical people say the politicians didn't go to school, let us leave the technical who went to school to do their things. We came together and left you people to do your things.
Honorable Chair, on the issue of Buvuma Ferry, I'm surprised that you found that kind of challenge, because the ferry has a capacity to carry 500 passengers and 20 cars at a go. From Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it does 3 trips. Monday, Friday does 4 trips. Even weekends, or throughout the weekend, they operate. So I don't know how it came, Honorable, that you missed the flight on Buvuma Ferry. And you had to call Honorable Migade to put your name up front. But we shall be able to go forward. We'll go on further and examine the issues and see whether they need a second ferry, just like what we have with Karangala, one crossing and the other crossing from the other side, if that would alleviate the problem. I think this is nearly all I had. Honorable Cooper, the 1 billion is over and above the road fund. The road fund money has never stopped going to the districts and municipalities and local governments. It is true that the amount possibly is as you have seen in our challenges, is what is still a problem. But in whether the road fund money still goes, yes, it still does.
Honorable Minister, it's true, it goes to 1 billion, but
Yes.
it was supposed to be over and above what you're getting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The road fund money goes, and on top of that, every district gets the 1 billion. So it's 1 billion plus.
No, because I'm the chair of my district, of the district road fund committee. This is just 1 billion.
No. The road fund
Honorable Minister, let me
space to do the works. Just that one person, 60 billion. Now, for all those overpasses which you see, if again, we're talking about review of designs, if we had to go by the original design, we need about 2 trillion to compensate on just compensation only, 2 trillion on those various areas. So if we do a review, it will be because of that kind of and affordable.
Then we better do it, because now it's taking now 3-4 years.
Yes,
to remain
we are doing that.
way.
We are doing that.
The 1 billion is still on top of the road fund money.
Yes.
What happens to the road goes, one is little. But even when it's little, the district, for the years I've been in my district, we have been getting around 220. Don't account for it. It's now under the local council. The council, the district council, is the one that sits to appropriate.
Do not hold water. Now, it is true, Chair, that the Road Fund Act amended provides for sources of finances, specifically under Section 21. It lists fines among those ones from the Traffic and Road Safety Act 347. Then Section 22 provides for a number of sources: routine periodic maintenance of public roads, road safety activities, including erection of signposts. Chair, it is also true that under the ITMS project, the recouping of their investment is based on areas like traffic fines. Now, Chair, to bring you to perspective, you are aware that the second generation road fund, which government was supposed to implement, has not yet taken place. It failed. Now, unless government now decides to implement the second generation fund, then the above provisions can work. I will take you very straight quickly to what that section says, where for purposes of collecting these fines, what you call road user fines, it says for purposes of this section, it says finances of the road fund, that 21B specifically, road user charges, the monies of the fund shall consist of the road user charges as the minister may, on recommendation of the board. Of course, now with the amendment, now the recommendation, the board has been replaced by the minister, determined by statutory order, including fuel levies, international trans fees, etc., including weighbridge, whatever, and toll roads. But as I said, Honorable Minister, Chair, through my minister, when you look at now the current trend of the road fund with the recent reforms and amendments, you will see that these reforms have integrated into the central government structure for unified approach to road management with 2024 amendment, which now has reflected significant shifts from what we are talking about here. In other words, when you look at the URA Act 1991, it does not allow any road user charge or any fee to the road fund or any other account apart from the consolidated fund. And I think, Honorable Chair, through my minister, all the appropriations made by Parliament, you are aware about the provisions of the road fund. So this contradiction, which seems to be on the table, I think is a result of what we call the second generation fund. That's what I can say. But both statements are true, that the Act provides for that. Although with this amendment, now that it is the ministry, I think an alternative has to be made to see that increased funding for road maintenance is in place. But it is also equally true that under the ITMS project, the recoupment of the investment is also based on some of the fines from the Traffic and Road Safety Act. Number two, Chair, is on the road safety. Road safety, Chair, of course, this has been a huge monster in the room. But what has been happening in the this current financial year, the discussion we had with you as a committee, and also the Minister of Finance, led by the PS, the additional funding which was done was based on the NTR corrections. The NTR corrections, I think, and I think my sister Flavia here, that you know you'll have projections of correction of NTR from like money from motor vehicle registration, issuance of driving licenses. So that additional is the one which the ministry has tried to see how they can allocate additional money to part of the road safety activities. Because road safety is broad, even registration of vehicles is a safety component, licensing is a safety component. What I think now maybe you are trying to put across is that we need more additional funding to make this activity more visible. I would also mention through my minister that through the restructuring, we have also, as part of the improvement of the road safety, part of the intervention, we have a section now in the department that acts as a third eye to our colleagues from the Department of National Roads that will be reviewing road designs, but also identifying other black spots on the national roads and other roads within the country, and advise so that now the Commission on National Roads can take action in terms of informed views and budget allocation. But I agree that as far as road safety is concerned, we still need more funding. Of course, staffing levels, we still have limited staff. I want to thank the PS. Again, through union restructuring, we've got some staff added to the department. But also this year, we got also clearance from Ministry of Public Service. We hope this year we shall also have more staff to help us implement the mandate. Finally, Honorable Minister, Chair through the Minister, Honorable Payne asked about the regional offices. The additional regional offices we added mainly are for where we have like porous borders and of course a few offices. Porous borders like, of course in Maraba and the Mutukura currently we have offices, but we shall add additional staff if the budget allows, but also Mutukura. And then we have those porous borders where we usually don't have staffing levels like Gori, Koboko, Naganachane, Kaishasha, Ruakaka, all these, Mpondwe, Olaba, Pad. So these ones we have not been having staffing levels. Our proposal is that we shall increase staffing levels in Malaba, but we can also have what we call temporary deployments through mobile equipment to Tororo, because the distance between Malaba and the Tororo is very short, I think about 7 kilometers. So we think once we have more staff at Maraba, they should be able to cater for Tororo, because the other argument of having other government offices, I don't think Maraba there is IGG, but at least we have a main office, the entry for all first-time registration that come from Mombasa. So already we have a big facility there, and we think if we add more staff, then they can also cater for Tororo through the mobile equipment. Chair, through my minister and the PS, I submit.
Jennifer, can you respond to the chair?
Supplementary to Mr. Katushabe, Commissioner Katushabe. I think one